I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, my sister, Maddie, and our salty dog, Stella. We started our adventure refitting a Lagoon 450 before taking on the massive project of resurrecting a sunken 2021 Leopard 50. It's been one heck of a ride, but we're on this adventure to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless.
Can you get down in there for me?
I don't know, I'm gonna try. So what happened was, you guys know that we pulled all the wire out of the boat, and some places we left kind of like taglines of wire hanging so that it would be easy for us to attach to them and pull the new wire through. Well, we're trying to hook up another head so that we've got another toilet to use, because we're pumping our head probably every 3 or 4 days because it's the smallest tank on the boat, which is weird for an owner, but it's fine. We need another head. So, I said so. I've been asked not to say so. We're hooking up another head, but Ty just took these wires when we pulled the wire out and just ripped them out.
Sounds like she's throwing shade at me.
It happens. What we have to do now is run the fish tape through the hole where the controls are for the head, down and kind of around and get him back out here.
But Ty can't get his fat butt down in there.
And Maddie's not here anymore. And Sydney is claustrophobic, so
get to it, woman.
I gotta try. So, here I go. I'm gonna see if I can do this. So I've gotta straddle the tank. Oh, that's interesting. Ouch. That's my boob. Okay, what am I looking for and where is
You have
it?
to go all the way to the outboard side.
Oh, jeez.
And wait. Kim,
Yep.
here's a flashlight.
Okay.
And you're looking for the fish tape. And then while you're down there, you're going to see that. Do you see that wire that's right there with all the...
This wire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Uh-huh.
That is the toilet control.
Okay.
So once you get the fish tape, you need to tape it to that.
Okay.
So I can pull it back up through.
Okay, do I have tape?
Yeah, and oh, and by the way, while you're at it, you also have to tape the power line to it. And
What?
yes,
All right.
I probably should give her this.
Well,
It's right here. And this one right here. This one.
I can't still get.
That's okay. Let's get the fish tape first and get it pulled
fish
down.
tape
through.
first. Okay.
All right. And I'm just gonna wiggle it around. Shit, I'm gonna put this down. Did you get it?
Oh, I gotta tape it. Hold on. Don't judge my tape job. Really hope it comes through the hole okay. I can't reach it.
It's a little hard down there, isn't it?
I can't reach it. I'm trying to give you a little tab, but I make no guarantees here, pal. Don't.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You all right?
Yeah. My boob got stuck.
Your boob?
Something's dripping on my foot and it's making me very uncomfortable.
Excuse me.
I know it's water.
Okay, I got it to here. Now I have to wrestle that shit out of there. All right, so Kim was able to crawl down in there and turn into a contortionist, and
I squished my boobs.
boob squish, and be able to get the wires hooked up to the fish tape, and then we pulled them through and they didn't fit, so we had to disconnect him. She had to crawl back in the hole again and do it all over again.
It squished my boobs.
Again. So, she was able to do that. I'm able to wire it up now. This is the new switch is all tied in. It's run to the toilet. The water's onto the toilet. So all I've got left to do is tie it into the panel, and we will have the second working toilet. Oh, and yes, I did close off all of the waste on the other side and get the hoses connected. So when I do flush,
That
it
was-
goes in the right place.
We had to disconnect those and change those because we did what?
Oh, I had to disconnect all of the. So this tank that's on the other side of this wall is actually a shared tank, which is why it's the biggest tank on the boat between these two heads. That toilet's gone, and I had to move the tank out, disconnect all the hoses, and move it outboard and reconnect the hoses again to make room for the washer dryer that's going to go where the head used to sit on the other side. So, long story short, we got all the stuff disconnected, reconnected, and put in the right spot and sealed so that when we flush, the yum yums go in the place they're supposed to go.
Yum yum.
Yum yums. Okay.
All right. We won't show the minutia of wiring yet another wire, because that's pretty standard fare. But
It's just wiring, kids. It's just wiring.
next, showing the operation of another functional toilet.
Yeah, because wiring is boring, but watching water swirl in a toilet bowl is super exciting.
Woohoo! Okay, now is the true test to see if everything worked okay and to make sure that everything is hooked up properly. So, first thing I want to do is put some water in the toilet. Add water. Oh, oh, that's water.
Oh, flush it.
Shit sucker 3000.
Love it.
All right, guys, so we got more power run into the boat, and the lift, we got new switches for the lift. So now the dinghy can be dropped into the water easily, yes, and we can go play. So we thought we would take a little sunset stroll and just kind of have a beer and chillax. Something different. We don't do it very often, so
Let's get to chillax.
yeah, we're gonna chillax.
Surprise that with you I feel alive. You will be the last one I think about. The last one I think about.
So the weather's turned, and today is drizzly, nasty, and there is no way we're getting any projects done outside. So, the utility room, here we come, with never-ending projects and parts and new tools. This place has become an absolute train wreck. But, selfishly, it's not just cleaning up the space for the sake of tidiness and efficiency, which we think we can all agree is important. I've got a surprise coming.
Okay, guys, the weather is absolute crap. The wind is blowing. We don't have our wind instruments up, but there is a boat that is just down the dock, and we asked them. It's blowing sustained somewhere in that 30-knot range, which sucks. Or blows, as it were. Anyway, we were able to go get the UPS delivery from the office, and Ty is about to bring down the big surprise in what's going to go in this cabinet. So, let's get it. Ty got one of the last tools that he's planning on buying. There's one more that I know of that's a surprise for later. But this is the 3D printer.
Hell yeah, it is. We're going to make some stuff.
We actually have lots of things that we need to make with this 3D printer, so I don't want to say I'm excited about having it, but I know he's excited about having it. I'm excited about having the parts.
I wish I could say it was sponsored, but it's not. I had to buy it with my own money. And it's so cool, I don't even care. Well, I care, because of course I'd love to be sponsored, but I've been stalking this for over a year.
Yeah.
And finally I'm like, okay, I have to pull the trigger, because we've got a bunch of projects that are coming up with retrofit that I can't really find the parts that I need, so we're just going to make them. Now, the idea is this is supposed to fit in here. And I think it says that it's 17.9 inches tall, and I just measured it, and that comes to here. And there's a button right here. And I think there's a display, so...
Huh. Wah, wah.
I don't want it to live on the counter.
Well, it doesn't fit in the cupboard.
I may have to rebuild the cupboard.
No. No!
No way. Here,
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take it apart, and then we'll see if I can get it in the opening. Let's see if this effort fits in the hole.
I'm going to open the...
Yeah. Ready?
I think it's going to. Negative, Ghost Rider. Nope.
But it fits every other way, Kim.
It does not fit.
Okay, I'm going to be back tomorrow in the daylight, and we're going to print something. I'm super excited. Super nerd construction building stuff is about to really happen. I think I've got all of my master tools and the utility room. We're going to call it the workshop. From now on, it's the workshop, because that is the utility room where you do laundry. So, in the workshop, I think I have almost all of my tools, and I'm just about ready to take over the world. I'll see you guys later.
All right, guys, we have an absolute hodgepodge of projects going on right now. And I'm sorry if you catch any of the noise going on. There's motorcycles driving by and the bridge is extremely loud, and I'm sorry. But the projects continue. We cleaned up the utility room the other day and made it all beautiful so that we could find all of our tools. And then Ty decided to take on a very different project. So let's go see what he's doing. Ty, why are you in that hole?
So, Frank had time to come help me this weekend put the new windlass motor in, because obviously the old one doesn't work anymore, and it was completely seized up. And we wanted to tear it all apart to be able to get the salt out of it, and there was salt everywhere. There was salt under the deck plate, there was salt in the gasket, there's salt in the top of the motor. So what we're doing here is I'm cleaning everything up in here. And then we have the new motor on, but this is the old gearbox that we need to clean up.
Because you have to use the old gearbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the new gearbox is very expensive, and I figured the gearbox, because it's sealed with oil, unlike some of the other motors that are not sealed, this one will be able to reuse, because there shouldn't be any seawater in it. We're going to check that to be sure. But the most important thing is that our new windlass control has a chain counter in it. And the way a windlass works with the chain counter is there's a middle magnet right here. And as this sits on and spins around and pulls the chain in, the computer counts the revolutions. Well, there's a little sensor that has to go in there. And we had to take all of this apart, and it took us how long? Hours.
3 hours.
2 or 3 hours of beating with a punch and a sledgehammer on the shaft to get everything disconnected. Because on the bottom of this base plate that the windlass sits on, there's this hole right here, and that's where a sensor goes in. And until you take it all apart, you can't put the sensor in, which means that if Kim loses count of counting the chain markers as they go out, or the chain markers fall out, then we've got no idea how much chain is out. So this is our way of ensuring with the display how many feet of chain we have.
So we have the manual markers, and
Yeah.
then we also have the electronics.
And Kim's in charge of anchoring. I have no idea where the distance is and what each individual mark was. Thanks, Frank. This is the sensor. So this guy will drill through this plate, and this sensor sits up underneath of there. And that's when that plate will go around, and this will sense that magnet crossing over top of it and giving us the counter.
All right, let's review that beautiful bean footage to find out what our distance is on those markers.
Roll that chain marker footage.
Right?
All of ours are red because Kim chose red. And do you remember, Kim?
I have to review
far
the
is between-
footage because it was a year ago. So
So we're going to check tape.
yeah,
All
check
right.
tape.
All right. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, and Ty's cleaning, which is somewhat rare.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
But Frank said he's going to finish cleaning for me because Frank loves to clean. Right, Frank?
He's good at it.
All
All
right.
right, boys, continue mission.
Thanks.
So that hole is much bigger than
And
Oh, nice.
sorry, Frank.
that hole is much bigger than this. And are we sure that that's
Flip it.
Ready on stage fright. Okay. So what happened was no. Fuck. Well, it's been a long 2 days. From a 5-minute boat project to just swapping a motor out to hours and hours of beating with sledgehammers and PB blaster and swearing and busting our knuckles and cutting my head and all kinds of fun stuff. We are just about done, and I'm going to show you all the cool stuff that happened down here. All right. So down here we have a brand new motor and a greased up shaft. And this wire right here is coming down. This is our new sensor for our chain counter, and that runs up here into this box here. This is the new control box that runs the little switchy with the chain counter on the inside, which is cool. And then from here, this runs around. It runs to here, which is the replacement control box, and then it's a junction box. So I'm wrapping up a couple of these wires right here. These wires are going to plug into here, and then Kim is going to be able to run the windlass up and down. And we will put a button on this project and call it done. So 2 days and a whole shitload of trips to West Marine, and we're about done. All right.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I guess I should have asked. Are you ready?
Deploy the anchor using the auto anchor. Initially, SAS bar sensor tuning. Continue to deploy until this message says tuning is done. This must be done in one continuous operation without taking your finger off the button until tuning done message displays. This could take up to 10 turns of the windlass. Retrieve the anchor to the docked position and clear zero if necessary. Okay, you ready? Okay, so how do we reset it?
so? All right, so let go of it. Press it once. Scroll down to
Clear to zero?
clear to zero. Yes. Okay.
Oh shit.
Turn it off, Shannon.
Swivels out of the water. Swivels at the roller.
2, 1, stop.
All right, so we're not exactly sure what's going on, but the windlass is dropping and pulling the anchor up, and it is counting the chain. But as soon as I drop the chain, it just goes blank, and I have no control over the windlass. So the only way to turn off the windlass after you've actuated to come up or go down is to turn off the breaker. And of course, that's not the right answer. So I think I'm gonna have to call Lumar tomorrow. So this is just gonna have to wait until the next business day. But yeah, it does pull the chain up, no problem. And our new Mantis anchor sets in the mud, almost just dropping straight in. Not really, but the mud is just sucking it in and creating a vacuum. So you can hear the windlass labor when it goes to pull the anchor right out of the mud. So it is what it is. It happens. This is a project for another day. So day 3 on the windlass project is coming up. Stay tuned.